Hi guys, it's your old friend Jordan Cena here, and I decided to start something that I always want to do but never really had time to do. But I figured, yeah, screw it. It's good time I start doing it. And that being, I will be covering all the episodes of one of my favorite animes ever, Dragon Ball Z. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of it, and I want to share that love with you guys. Now, I should say that no, I do not have any type of psychological problems. And yes, I am aware that in this anime there are well over 250 episodes, so I'm prepared for all of that. Now that being said, I shall be covering the Funimation version of the show, not the Ocean dub or or the the gold dub of it. But I will do Funimation, even though I did grow up with a good portion of the show being from the Ocean team. And yes, I will be bringing that up. Who did it better, more or less, when I actually do the episodes that pertain to them. For off the top of my head, I much prefer the Cell games and the Cell fight versus Gohan in the show. You know, what they did with the Ocean people. But that's neither here nor there. I'll get into that later on, much later on, if I know my Dragon Ball Z, or DVD, if you will. But anyway, welcome to my channel. This is this won't be like a uh, this won't be like a a in-depth detailed analysis of each symbol and phrase in Japanese because I don't really know that much of Japanese that well. That will change shortly when I get into when I get into my Japanese class next semester, next fall. But for right now, I'm going to be talking about the bare bones, the basic. I'm a fan. This is my opinions of the episode. Maybe a little bit of analysis, a little bit of fun with this show that has a kid and an adult too. Also, I should point out that even though I would love to put like a clip or two of the actual show in my videos, I can't do that because they're very about putting in like a clips or music from the show into a YouTube video, much to my disappointment. But I once asked somebody about that, who made an AMV of it, and I made a music video of them to song. There are probably thousands of them on YouTube. So I asked somebody about it, and they said that they're getting copyrights all over the place. So I'm not gonna be dealing with that shit. But yeah, this is gonna be an episode by episode type of thing, and I'm sorry if I missed one little detail, but there are, like I said, there are a ton of episodes to this. Not so much One Piece, but yeah, I'm not gonna do One Piece because there are a shit ton more than Dragon Ball Z and Super and GT and Dragon Ball combined. So I'm not gonna touch that one. Moreover, this show rivaled that of, say, Cowboy Bebop in my fandom, in my love of the show. So Cowboy Bebop was more or less like an older kid, teenager type show, where Dragon Ball Z I watched when I was younger. So I have fond memories of it. Not even remember where they cut it off, for when they had to work on future episodes to translate them and such like that, and censor them and things. Which, by the way, I'm not going to cover all the censorship issues because if I were doing that, I would spend a lot longer time doing this rather than just do like a quick video here and there about the episodes. And let's just put it this way, American audiences are kind of beat out by all the sensitive bullshit issues that came over from Japan. I mean, Japan was lovely with their blood and hell and all that. I might comment on some things, but not most, not many of them, not in depth. Oh yeah, also, I shall be covering Sailor Moon. I probably won't do Sailor Moon Crystal because I don't like that show in comparison to the original run. But I might do definitely gonna do the main Sailor Moon show. And Cowboy Bebop, obviously. I might do the show Yo Yo Hakusho. I might do Inuyasha if I can find all the episodes. Not such thing, but I'll leave it to you guys if you want me to comment on any other type of any anime in particular without clips. I'll put my contact information at the end of the video like I do everything else. So here we go. This is gonna be my viewing, my reaction, if you will, to watch the first episode of the first season of Dragon Ball Z. I'm sorry I'm skipping over Dragon Ball, but I never watched that as a kid. I plan to do all the Dragon Ball franchise stuff eventually, even the inferior GT, but well, we don't want to talk about that right now. We're just talking about the good stuff right now. So I should say that I don't particularly remember this episode when I was a kid. I think I came into it on episode 2 on Tsunami, and boy, it was awesome. But we get the opening sequence here, and the opening sequence is a very upbeat song. They also do it with at the end too, kind of like a pseudo disco song, without lyrics in the beginning, but in the end they have lyrics to it in Japanese, of course. And I gotta admit, they do mention the uh nut scented alien, which is apparently Raditz. Months later on, they reveal that he's Goku's main character's brother. But for this episode, they call him the new threat. kind of like a New Hope, but we'll get into a little bit later, probably in episode 2. But in any case, the new threat is here on Earth. You don't stalk how far away with him, but they do show the pretty backgrounds. I believe that in watercolor. Now, this show has been made fun of, and it's legendary for their fight scene, for its fight scenes, and alien and action and adventure and all that. But they do have some really nice backgrounds and some really nice animation too. Now, there are many references to other cultures in this. For example, one of the main staples, one of the main characters in there is named Gohan, which, if you haven't noticed already, most of the characters in this show are based off food items. So Gohan is most notably a word that I think it means like a general meal, or general meal, rather than a specific food item. I think the thing can be said for his father, Goku. But Gohan is dressed up in like that old stereotypical Chinese outfit, and this is a little keychain that of him that I put on my scooter handle. Very nice, very cool. With a little Dragon Ball on top of the hat. Now, one thing I want to know is, you never actually clarify in this, but when the actual Dragon Ball themselves, they actually indestructible? Can they be destroyed? Can they be chipped away at? I don't think that we're actually given a explanation to that. We are given an explanation that after they used they're rendered inert, and they can be used for a year afterwards, and then they turn to stone. But afterwards, when they're active again, they become like glass, or some kind of mystical thing, or some kind of, maybe oil calcum or whatever. But they're never actually shown to be, what they're made of. It's not actually it's not actually mentioned in the movie or in any of the media involved with it too. So that's something I want to know. What are they made of? If they can they be destroyed? I believe that at one point the dragon that they summoned was destroyed at least once. But one thing you will notice about this show is that Gohan is a little bit he's shown to be like 4 or 5 years old in the beginning episode, but he's a little bit of a whiny brat, much more so than say Luke Skywalker was, or in the prequel trilogy of Star Wars Anakin Skywalker. They were kind of loudmouth little shits. This one is much more of a crying white baby about everything. Granted, I probably would too, but and another thing you'll notice is that this world, the world of Dragon Ball, is not exactly our world. Sure, they have Japanese things and things that we had today, like technology like cars, phones, lights, electricity, and so on and so forth. But if you watch the episode, which by the way, well, online on the on the Xbox on the Xbox store, and so it reached all safe and sound because quite frankly, I don't have enough room for every episode on my shelf. You know, even there, I don't have enough room for them. But anyway, you'll notice that there are many different creatures that are in that can be featured, you know, from history and other stuff too. Like the main one of the main characters in this is named Raditz. Now Raditz is the alien that comes from outer space, and he starts some shit, kills upon him by cutting bullet off of his shotgun, which I don't know if it was a translation error or not, but he refers to it as a pea shooter. And when I think of a pea shooter, I think of something like a BB gun. It may be a pistol or something like that, but a shotgun, no. And he owns a farm that's more or less like full of say pink ostriches, pink bull ostriches, and I have no idea why they decided to do that for him, but they did that. Maybe it was some kind of creativity on the part of Toriyama that it made the anime and the manga with bits on, but it's neither here nor there. So, one other thing to note is that this show has very little action involved in it. You know, for a show that's known for violence and fighting and adventure and all that. It'll come in the next episode, but right now we have Goku and we have his son, and his son gets lost real quick because a saber-tooth tiger decides to take his hat away, that little Chinese hat with a dragon on, which I got a question. Why would a tiger actually take a hat like that? Once it tastes good, once the Dragon Ball has a scent of food to it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's more or less like a carryover from the first series, Dragon Ball, which was more happy and more childlike and innocent and all that. So they find the Dragon Ball. They find that Goku finds the hat, the kid's hat, and then he finds his son, but not before his son gets lost in like a river and is held onto a log floating down the river and almost dying from careening off the edge of a cliff. Now, in this show, we actually see Gohan as being like a prodigy, if you will, like a Karate Kid type prodigy, fighting in spiritual power and all that. Now, this is mostly brought out in the next episode, after that and so forth. But in this particular scene where Goku finds his son and his son is about to coming off the edge of a waterfall, we actually see the first notion that Gohan has this incredible power that he doesn't realize can be brought out, and that's when he falls off when the log actually goes off the edge of the waterfall, and and his is found on a branch above where the hole is for the waterfall. Now he's holding on to the branch for dear life. Still, it's implied that whenever Gohan is in a threat or whenever he's in moral danger or whenever his friends are in danger, that's when the power comes out. That's when he gets to be a real fight, an overwhelming fight, of course. But in this one, they don't actually show him blowing anything up or any type of. It's kind of slow, But of course, I know what's going on in the later episodes, but is that actually kind of cool that they show this? Also, it's kind of funny to see that Goku needs to use the flying Nimbus cloud to fly, which is funny because in the episodes he can learn to fly by himself and leap big distances and fly by himself. And he can also teleport faster than light and fight at faster than light speeds. So it's like kind of funny. Also, another thing, I don't recall if they have this in the episode, but his power pole is also sidelined in much later episodes. For future episodes and stuff, which is sad because I kind of like that thing from his other episodes too. So we get this whole innocent thing about Gohan, like in nature and butterflies, and birds, and which will come to later on in the actual show. But for right now, he's innocent of all that, and like in nature. Funny thing about this, his mother's name is Chi-Chi, from Dragon Ball. They had a big romance thing going on there too. And Chi-Chi is, it's funny because my mother had a little Pomeranian dog named Ginger, and we used to call her Chi-Chi all the time. Not in relation to the actual show, but really, like I said, there was very little action in this show, and the main action scenes are with Raditz, which has a very awesome haircut, by the way. His hair is done to his hips, and it's more radical and stuff. I have a figure back there of Raditz, but it's one of the little Chinese knockoffs that if you touch it the wrong way, it falls apart. So I'm not gonna bring it out, but it's still pretty awesome. Which, by the way, I gotta ask you this: if he transformed into his Great Ape form, his Azara form, how you pronounce that, does he retain that awesome haircut? And also, if Red were to transform into a Super Saiyan, then so if he were to progress to a Super Saiyan 3, which already has long hair to begin with, how long would his hair grow to? In addition to all that, it'd probably be like ludicrously long. Like I'm saying, to the point where it would hinder his fighting prowess. But he kills the farmer by again reflecting his pea shooter bullet back at him, And that's like one of the first kills in the series as a whole, because most people um faint or die, or they don't really die that much in this show. Except maybe Krillin and a few other people, but for the most part, this is the first actual anime kill that I've ever experienced in a show like this. So they have him killing him. Then they have an action part where Piccolo, which is basically this green guy right here, he is he was the big bad guy in the first series in Dragon Ball. Now I like this aspect of him because he's like this big bad guy and all that. But then they go to separate ways at the end of Dragon Ball again after Goku defeats him. So Raditz is should put this, he's more powerful and more evil than Piccolo is, because Raditz wants to destroy the world and the population on it. And then, much later on we'll find out why, but for right now we'll just stick with that. And Piccolo charges up one of his attacks to possibly destroy Raditz, but even though he went with his full force attack, Raditz didn't even flinch, which is a very common thing in Dragon Ball Z, especially with Piccolo. Poor Piccolo. What happened to him is a big shame, because he was like a big huge deal for people back in Dragon Ball days. But in this one, he's like he's almost always overshadowed by other people, other fighters, the Z fighters, I should say. And he's there's a line that said that I never felt such a powerful and dark force in my life. He used to that because he says a lot in this show, because he's mostly overpowered by most people by transformation or absorption or something else thereabouts. So so he charges up his attack and he fires it at Raditz, but Raditz doesn't flinch it when he's hit with it. Now this is like kind of funny because obviously Raditz is so powerful that he can't be hurt by a basic attack like that. And then he charges up he wants to attack him with a double Sunday, which I always thought was a bullshit type attack from the game from Budokai, Dragon Ball Z Budokai. As like a way to name an attack for him, because he really didn't have that much to go on, because he got wiped out fairly quickly in the scope of Dragon Ball Z, at least. But I found out watching this episode that the double Sunday is actually a real legit attack for Raditz, and against the other attacks, like I think the names of the days of the week, but they are I can't remember them offhand. So I think those are more made up than double Sunday. And also, I got a question. In the same armor, got the main chest plate, got the weird flower petal type crotch armor with leg guards and stuff. But then armor, and then you got the boots, of course, and maybe some gloves too. But I have the question, why does he have the little garter belt? I should say the garter belt, or the little rubber band or garter belt on his leg. I would think that in the heat of battle, I would think that would be like a hindrance. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, we then find out the heat of the Goku, because apparently Goku didn't do his job properly of eradicating all the people on Earth. So that's when we cut out, and then we get the famous outro by the same voice actor who does Captain Ginyu, which again is a much later on villain turned good guy, which is another common thing. Apart from fighting in action and we must get stronger, the show does have a lot of friendship and a lot of I won't say romance, but like more like a respect type thing. Like, I respect you for being so powerful. Kind of borderlines upon kind of like homosexuality almost. Just barely, because there's this funny not each not even hell one number, but they make mention that Vegeta, my favorite character, so when he powers up, kind of worships Goku, or as the name goes, Kakarot, because he's so strong, so powerful, and so pretty to look at. So they sing the song that someone put the song on, and I will love you forever. And I will always love you. But my shit is singing, but there's that. So there is some kind of a homoerotic type thing to go on here if you read it a certain way. I don't, but it's funny to think about, like that. Also, I have to commend the episode because I like the animation style of it. I saw a big screen, so there were a little bit of a hiccup when you stretch something like that onto a big screen. But for the most part, the animation is very, very good, very top notch. It looks a little bit like a Saturday morning cartoon type thing, with no CGI or polish or anything like that. Which, by the way, I will not be covering anything to do with Dragon Ball Z Kai or Dragon Ball Kai, because I don't like that show. It's too polished, too plastic looking, and too there isn't that much nitty gritty blood, violence, and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna be doing that. But yeah, with a good introduction to the animation style of it, good job with the setting up of the story of the Dragon Ball Z. It was a good carryover from the happy and lighthearted Dragon Ball series. And by the way, in the opening sequence of the show, of course they have the Gohan running with the dragon in the back. That was like pretty awesome and pretty iconic. But also, you got the Oh yeah, the name of the dragon is Shenron. Not to be confused with Chevron, but Shenron. The skinny Chinese style dragon. But also in this opening you get a very nice cleavage shot for Bulma, which I'm gonna bring this up a few times in the show in this little vlog thing. But one thing I noticed about anime, particularly with the women of anime, you know, like Sailor Moon, the other Sailor Scouts, Bulma, most anime women, uh, they don't look like your typical Japanese person or Japanese woman. They look more or less like a more varied bunch of people. You know, like got blonde hair, blue hair, you know, big eyes. They don't, for the most part, they don't speak any Japanese. Or that could just be dubbing. And you know, like Fee Valentine. There's no way in hell she could pass for a Japanese person. She would look more or less like a European or American woman. So my question to you guys is, how do Japanese girls like see you know, other anime women being representative of other people, of other groups, other cultures and stuff? I'm sure that a lot of Japanese girls would like to see more people that look a lot like Chi-Chi or say Park Up to Sakura or say Till Mars, which is funny that they say that in the cartoon, in the Crystal version at least, they show Usagi, yeah, or Serena, I should say, talk about how beautiful and stuff she is, but yet she's the most Japanese looking girl in the show. So I find that funny that it's a Japanese cartoon saying that the most Japanese woman is you know, the most beautiful woman in the pack. I do find that funny, but in this show is kind of innocent so far, and you know, it will crank up later on as far as the you know, the darkness and the violence and the action stuff will continue to get worse, more violent. Anyway, I talked enough about this episode of this iconic anime long enough. My video now is longer than the episode itself, and it's borderline. I'm taking over the it's borderline taking up the space for 2 episodes of this show, so I'm gonna call quits on that. But there's no way I can do like 5 episodes in one video, because that would be unfair, you guys. And it'd be too much for me to handle. You know, the strain on my brain to remember everything. So I'm gonna call quits for this little vlog of the first episode of the first season. The new threat of Dragon Ball Z. I salute you, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Give me any more suggestions that you might have for anime reviews and interviewing and stuff. I'm gonna be doing all the Dragon Ball Z movies, including that the thing that normally we shouldn't pick up called Dragon Ball Evolution, which, let me just put it this way, it's the most hated movie ever, and I just cringe at about doing that, but I'll say that for much more later on the road. So, if you want to contact me, my cell phone number is 631 707 3707, and my Twitter account is Pete Nelson Pro. And also, if you want to leave me a Gmail, email on my Gmail account, it's JJ's viewing channel, all one word. So, ciao ciao, and let me know how you like this vlog.